Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you've ever been intrigued by the prospect of contributing to medical advancements or wondered what it takes to become a clinical trial assistant, you're in the right place. In this guide, we'll delve into the specific steps you need to follow to kickstart your career as a clinical trial assistant. So whether you're a beginner in the healthcare field or a seasoned professional aiming to diversify your skill set, stay tuned because we're about to break down the ins and outs of becoming a CTA. Trust me, it's a rewarding and in-demand career path. Step 1. Gain an understanding of the clinical research field. Alright, so you're interested in becoming a CTA, that's awesome. But before we jump into the specifics, let's take a step back and really understand what the clinical research field is all about. Essentially, it's all about conducting these well-designed trials to test new drugs, medical devices, or even new approaches to surgery before they're made available to the public. Now, this field is built on a foundation of scientific rigor and ethical considerations. We're talking about human lives here, guys, so everything needs to be done by the book. That means strict adherence to regulatory standards, a deep understanding of scientific and medical concepts, and a commitment to patient safety above all else. To really wrap your head around this, I recommend doing some research. Look into the different phases of clinical trials, from those initial safety studies to the large-scale trials that determine a treatment's effectiveness. Understand the roles of everyone involved, from the principal investigator to the research nurses and, of course, the CTAs. Don't just stop at online research, though. Dive into some professional journals, read books on clinical research, and even consider attending webinars or conferences. The more you immerse yourself in the world of clinical research, the better prepared you'll be for a career as a CTA. And hey, if you're feeling really ambitious, reach out to researchers or professionals in the field. Ask them about their experiences, their career paths, and any advice they might have for aspiring CTAs. Networking is key, people. Step 2. Pursue relevant educational qualifications. Okay, so you've got a good grasp of the clinical research landscape. Now let's talk about the educational qualifications you'll need to become a CTA. At a minimum, you're going to need a bachelor's degree. And not just any degree, it should be in a life science field. Think biology, nursing, pharmacology, or even a dedicated clinical research program. These programs provide the foundational knowledge that's absolutely crucial for a CTA. You'll dive into medical terminology, anatomy and physiology, and get a solid understanding of scientific research methods. Trust me, this stuff is the bedrock of everything you'll be doing as a CTA. Now, while you're working towards that degree, try to tailor your coursework to align with clinical research. Look for courses that focus on clinical research protocols, statistical analysis, bioethics, super important, and of course, regulations. Remember, this field is all about adhering to strict guidelines. Oh, and don't underestimate the power of good communication skills. As a CTA, you'll be interacting with a diverse group of people, from doctors and researchers to patients and sponsors. Being able to communicate clearly and effectively is a must. And hey, if you're really serious about leveling up your career, consider pursuing a master's degree in clinical research or a related field. It's an investment for sure, but it can open doors to more advanced roles and responsibilities down the line. Step 3. Acquire knowledge of regulatory guidelines and good clinical practice, GCP. Alright, let's talk about something that's non-negotiable in the world of clinical research regulatory guidelines and good clinical practice, or GCP. This isn't just some optional knowledge, guys, it's the backbone of ethical and reliable clinical trials. Think of GCP as the rule book, the code of conduct that ensures the safety of trial participants and the integrity of the data we collect. We're talking about human lives here, so everything needs to be done by the book, with the utmost care and precision. Now, how do you get up to speed on these guidelines? Well, there are specific training programs and courses available that delve deep into GCP principles. These courses will cover everything from ethical considerations and informed consent to data management and reporting. And trust me, these courses aren't just about memorizing a bunch of rules. They'll give you a deep understanding of why these guidelines exist and how they protect both the participants and the integrity of the research itself. And remember, the learning doesn't stop there. Regulations and guidelines are constantly evolving, so make sure you stay updated through continuing education courses and by staying informed about any changes in the field. Step 4. Develop organizational and communication skills. Let's be real, guys. Being a clinical trial assistant is not for the faint of heart. It's a fast-paced, detail-oriented role that requires you to juggle multiple tasks like a pro. That's why having top-notch organizational skills is an absolute must. Think about it. You'll be managing clinical trial documentation, tracking project timelines, coordinating with different teams, sometimes across different time zones, and ensuring everything runs smoothly. It's a lot to handle, but with strong organizational skills, you'll be able to stay on top of everything and keep those trials moving forward. Now, on top of being organized, you need to be a communication ninja. As a CTA, you'll be the link between various stakeholders, sponsors, research organizations, ethics committees, and of course, the participants themselves. That means you need to be able to communicate clearly, concisely, and effectively, both in writing and verbally. You'll be explaining complex concepts, addressing concerns, and ensuring everyone is on the same page. So, how do you hone these essential skills? Well, start by practicing active listening. Pay attention to what others are saying, ask clarifying questions, and really make an effort to understand their perspective. When it comes to written communication, focus on being clear, concise, and professional. Remember, your emails and reports represent not just you, but the entire research team. Step 5. Gain experience in healthcare or research settings. Alright, let's talk about something that can really give you an edge in your journey to becoming a CTA hands-on experience. While education is crucial, there's no substitute for actually working in a healthcare or research setting. Think about it. You can read all the textbooks and ace all the exams, but nothing compares to the real-world experience of being in the trenches, seeing how things actually work in a clinical trial. So, how do you gain this valuable experience? Well, internships are a fantastic way to get your foot in the door. Many pharmaceutical companies, research organizations, and even hospitals offer internships specifically for aspiring clinical research professionals. Volunteering is another excellent option. It allows you to give back to the community while also gaining exposure to the healthcare field. Look for volunteer opportunities at local hospitals, clinics, or even research institutions. And hey, if you're looking for paid experience, consider entry-level jobs in healthcare or research settings. Even if the role isn't directly related to clinical trials, it can still provide you with valuable skills and insights into the field. Remember, every bit of experience counts. It shows potential employers that you're serious about a career in clinical research and that you're willing to put in the work. Plus, it's a chance to network, learn from experienced professionals, and see if this is truly the right path for you. Step 6. Learn data management and clinical trial software. Let's face it, guys, clinical trials generate a ton of data. I mean, we're talking about mountains of information about patients, treatments, outcomes, and everything in between. That's where data management comes in. And as a CTA, you need to be comfortable navigating this data-driven world. Think of yourself as a data detective, responsible for collecting, organizing, cleaning, and analyzing all this information. You'll be working with electronic data capture systems, or EDCs, which are basically sophisticated databases designed specifically for clinical trials. Now, these systems can seem intimidating at first, but trust me, with a little practice, you'll be navigating them like a pro. There are tons of resources available online, including tutorials and even free courses that can help you master the basics of data management and clinical trial software. And hey, if you're feeling ambitious, consider getting certified in a specific EDC system. This can give you a competitive edge in the job market and demonstrate your expertise to potential employers. But it's not just about technical skills. You also need to understand the importance of data integrity and patient privacy. Remember, we're dealing with sensitive information here, so maintaining confidentiality and adhering to ethical guidelines is paramount. Step 7. Obtain certification in clinical research. Now let's talk about something that can really boost your credibility and make your resume stand out: certification in clinical research. While it's not always a mandatory requirement for entry-level CTA positions, having that extra credential can give you a significant advantage in the job market. Think of it as a stamp of approval, a way to show potential employers that you've gone above and beyond to develop your skills and knowledge in clinical research. It demonstrates your commitment to the field and your dedication to professional development. There are several reputable organizations that offer certifications for clinical research professionals, such as the Association of Clinical Research Professionals, or ACRP, etc. These certifications typically involve passing an exam that covers a wide range of topics, from GCP principles and regulatory guidelines to clinical trial design and data management. Now I know what you're thinking, more exams? But trust me, it's worth it. Not only can certification increase your earning potential, but it can also open doors to more advanced roles and responsibilities within the clinical research field. Step 7. Apply for clinical trial assistant positions. All right. You've put in the work, you've gained the knowledge, you've honed your skills. Now it's time to put yourself out there and start applying for those CTA positions. This is where all your hard work pays off, but it's also a crucial step that requires careful planning and preparation. First things first, update that resume. Highlight your relevant education, skills, and any experience you've gained in healthcare or research settings. Tailor your resume to each specific job description, emphasizing the skills and qualifications that align with the position. Next, craft a compelling cover letter that showcases your passion for clinical research and your understanding of the CTA role. Don't just reiterate your resume. Use the cover letter to tell your story, highlight your strengths, and explain why you're the perfect fit for the position. Now, where do you find these CTA positions? Well, online job boards like Indeed, LinkedIn, and even specialized clinical research job boards are great places to start. Network with people in the field, attend industry events, and reach out to recruiters who specialize in clinical research. And remember, the application process is a two-way street. Be prepared to answer questions about your experience, your understanding of clinical research, and your career goals. So there you have it, guys. That's your roadmap to becoming a clinical trial assistant. It's a challenging but incredibly rewarding career path, one that allows you to make a real difference in the lives of patients while contributing to the advancement of medicine. Remember, the journey to becoming a CTA is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires dedication, hard work, and a genuine passion for improving human health. But trust me, the rewards are well worth the effort. If you found this video helpful, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more awesome content, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep learning.